opportunity to resubmit my assignment. I wanted to, in this new speech, seek to persuade you that I am responsible, and because I did not know if I should just resubmit the other speech that I had already done. Um, I grew up most of my life in trouble, and I remember my mother telling me when I was about 11 or 12 years old that I didn't take anything serious. And while dealing, growing up with that, also dealing with people telling me that I wouldn't amount to anything, and others even say that, I would suffer an early death. And so I had no real responsibilities growing up other than, in high school. For a small amount of time, I did work, part time. And the only thing that I really had to do with that was buy clothes and, maybe, pay for my lunch and stuff like that. But I wouldn't need it long because, shortly thereafter, or, early 93, I dropped out of high school. And it was a month later that I was in jail, and ultimately after jail I went to prison, you know and for 5 years I ran around prison, acting, as if, I was still on the streets, doing what I had always done, act irresponsibly. And so after 5 years I began to read and, look at books and stuff like that, talking to older people, getting positive influences in my life. And so it was at that point in my life where I realized that I was actually smart, and I had spent years wasting my life and my potential because, again, going back to what my mother said about me not taking anything responsibly, responsible. And so I took my GED test, and I actually took a college course while I was in prison. And again, that's where I realized my potential because I passed the GED test without any real effort. I just passed it, and after 7 years, I was finally released, but not before getting my certification in brick masonry. I've been out now for 13 years, and for all those 13 years, I've held down a job. I've been married for 12 years, and also have helped to raise two girls. Um, Also, with the, I've accomplished much since I've been out. I was blessed to be able to chronicle my life story in a book that I got published, From the Penitentiary to the Pulpit. Established a nonprofit organization called Out from Bondage, and I've been blessed to also do mentoring at different schools around Lexington and even in Wilmore. And I realize also that one of the things that, with me thinking about going back to your statement about not being responsible is realizing that it was fear that continues to hold me and keep me from actually pursuing anything that, is outside of my comfort zone. And I think the online learning is, took me out of my comfort zone because, being in class, I was comfortable. I had people around me that were encouraging me and talking to me, and I was able to feed off of their encouragement and stuff. But also, I fall back on, a lot of times falling back on what people have said, and I wonder what if they were right. And I want to thank you for your email and making me refocus my attention and my efforts, because the young me would have taken the F that you offered me, and I would have just said, okay, that's fine, and use that as an excuse to quit. Um, but I realize also that quitting, I've come too far to quit because much of my career depends on me gaining this degree. And so the new me decided to man up and, send you an email and ask you for another chance to do right what I did wrong, and not hiding behind a tree like Adam did, or hiding behind statements like Adam did, rather than just coming out and just saying, hey, I messed up, I need another chance. And so that's what I did. And I just wanted to thank you because I realized that first impressions are lasting, and I wanted to seek to persuade you in this that it's not irresponsibility, it's fear. And so hopefully that this speaks here will help you to see more of me, not just what you've seen in class.